So, in the simplest terms, what is this place called SafeVille USA?
The best way to describe SafeVille USA is this. It is a separate internet city. It is its own entity. It is a safe internet city. Now, the only way to get inside SafeVille USA is you must first register for a SafeVille username and password that allows you to gain access to SafeVille USA. In order to register for a SafeVille passport and username, you must do that in person. That is the key to our whole security system. You must personally come forward at a registration location. You must provide a government-issued identification, just like if you're getting a regular passport. This can be a driver's license, it can be a military ID, it can be a state-issued ID, it can be a regular government passport. But it must be some type of government-issued identification with your photo on it. Once you come forward and present that, then we actually take a passport photo of you right there on the spot, and we assign you a username and a password. We then take your information, your identification information, your passport picture, and your SafeVille username, and we put that together in a file of ours, and we keep that information on file. Now we have a situation, just by having your username, we can provide your real identity, we can provide your address, we can provide a passport photo of you, we can positively identify who you are just by your username, because your username is tied to your real identity in our files. So now we have a situation where people still have their privacy because you have a username. You can still move from place to place without revealing your real identity. But if you commit a crime, you can be positively identified in seconds for law enforcement. That's how SafeVille works.
I read recently where an internet crime expert described SafeVille USA as the perfect internet world. What makes SafeVille USA a perfect internet world?
Well, when you talk about a perfect internet world, here's what a perfect internet world would be, or is. A perfect internet world would be a place where users can freely move from place to place and carry their privacy with them. They don't have to reveal their real identity. And I like that. You like that. Everybody on the internet likes that. The perfect internet world will be a place where people can utilize it in private. But at the same time, a perfect internet world would be a place where if anybody committed a crime against another person, that their real identity could be immediately accessed and revealed to law enforcement to protect everybody that's in that internet world. And that's exactly what SafeVille USA is. That's exactly what SafeVille USA does. It is the perfect internet world.
So Mack, what led you to develop SafeVille USA?
Well, several things, but you know, the exploding epidemic of crime, especially against children on the internet, was a huge motivating factor. I mean, the need for it. I mean, it was obvious that we cannot continue to go forward like we've been going forward and allow these internet criminals to literally feed off of our children at will. Something had to be done. And, you know, you can look at it this way. I think the evolution of SafeVille USA in some ways is a natural occurrence, and I'll tell you why. If you look back in our history, when we first started driving automobiles on the highways, cars rode on Americans' highways for 20 years before there was any kind of traffic signs of any kind. And somebody woke up one morning and said, look, we've got to do something. We're running all over each other out here. We've got to come up with some kind of structured system to protect ourselves from each other. And if you look back, and that was 20 years after we had started driving cars on America's roads. If you look back, the internet has been widely available now to the public for about 20 years. just like the automobiles are. And now it's time, it's really way overdue. Because if you look at the epidemic of crime and how many people are getting harmed and all, this really should have been done a long time ago, but it wasn't. But, you know, we're overdue. So the time is now to put a structured system in place that protects us from each other on the internet. A structured system that allows us to utilize this without being an open target for criminals. Another thing is this. The internet is going to be a part of every student's life. Every student today, the internet's going to be a part of their life from now on. We have got to educate these students the proper way to utilize the internet, the safe way to utilize the internet. And we can't do that until there's a safe platform in place to educate them with. When I was coming along, they talked about the 3 R's, reading, writing, and arithmetic. And there was a safe platform and a structured platform to teach all of us reading, writing, and arithmetic. Well, this is a new world. This is a new world now, and it's not just the 3 R's. It's the 3 R's and the I, reading, writing, arithmetic, and the internet. And we've got to provide a safe platform to teach our students how to utilize the internet and how to do it properly, just like we have a platform for teaching them reading, writing, and arithmetic. So all of that led to me developing SafeVille.
So Mack, you had to have had a lot of help developing SafeVille USA. Who helped you with that?
A lot of people, a whole lot of people. I had a lot of help from law enforcement agencies, crime prevention experts, crime prevention agencies, child protective agencies. I had a lot of help from educational institutions, schools, parents. And one group, probably the most valuable help that I had, was from the boots on the ground out there that are fighting this. And these are the school resource officers in schools. They helped me a lot. There was time and time again I would run into something and I was trying to find my way through it and I'd need advice or suggestions or opinions, and I just send it out to all kind of school resource officers, and they were very active. They gave me great advice and suggestions, and now that I look back, you know, everybody's input was great, and I got a lot of help from it. But those school resource officers, I don't know what I would have done without the participation that they had in the program. They were invaluable. USA.
So kind of what you're describing here is that SafeVille USA is dividing the internet world into two places. One that's totally safe and one that seems totally unsafe. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. That was the whole purpose behind designing it. That was our goal. You know, really, a lot of people call the internet world out there now the Wild Wild West, because in a lot of ways it is. I mean, if you can't tell who people are, there's no way to enforce any kind of order and rules. So what we've done with SafeVille USA, that's exactly what we've done. We've split the internet world in half. The Wild Wild West over here and the safe internet world over here. That was our purpose all along, and we're very proud to say we've accomplished it.
Identity theft has become a huge problem in America. What does SafeVille USA do to protect all those identities that people are providing to get these SafeVille passports?
What we do to protect identities is the only thing that really works. The only way to protect people's identities from online identity thieves and hackers is to not put them online. And that's what we do. We don't store identities online. We store identities offline in a vault, just like a bank vault, in a file. We never store anybody's identity online. And as long as you don't store them online, hackers and online identity thieves can't get to them to steal them. And that's what we do to protect people's identity. It's the only thing that works.